Hello, and welcome to a presentation on the fill handle. This fill handle is wonderful. Not only does it copy formulas, but it creates series. So we're going to explore the different ones that it does. So let's do this column with the time. So by default, when you use the fill handle and you copy down one time, it does every hour. If you get these pound signs, that means the column is not wide enough. So go between column A and B and double click, and then you can see that it does every hour. Now, what if you want to have every 10 minutes? You're creating a schedule for employees or appointments, and you want every 10 minutes. So you know that you can't just copy the 9 down because it does every hour. So you have to use the big fat plus, and you have to highlight the range that shows the pattern that you want Excel to follow. So highlight A16 and A17, and now use the fill handle and drag it down. And now it does every 10 minutes. So if you want every half an hour, again, you have to highlight the half hour pattern and then drag down. It even does military time. Okay? Now let's try different quarters. Here I have quarter 1 abbreviated. Does Excel know that there are only 4 quarters and starts over? Yes. Notice it abbreviates it. What if I spell it out? It spells it out. Will it recognize just Q1? It sure does. It sees that as a quarter 1. Even over here, when it has first in front of quarter, it recognizes that it is there are only 4 quarters. All right, so what about days of the week? Well, it knows when to start over. What if I just abbreviate? It still knows. What if I want to go every other day? If I just do Monday, Wednesday, what does it do? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. Okay, so I could have done the pattern with just Monday and Wednesday, but I can also do it with 3 if I want. It still is doing every other day. What if I abbreviate? Now this will make a difference. Interesting, if you wanted to do just Monday, Wednesday, Friday and repeat Monday, Wednesday, Friday, here when you spell it out, it does every other day. When you abbreviate, though, it just does Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Isn't that interesting? And if we do something like that, it also does just like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If I use this whole range right here and copy that down, notice again, it just copies that whole thing, that whole series, and repeats it. All right, what about dates? Well, this one's going to do it sequentially, day after day. This one is saying, I want the end of every month, starting with December, moving on to January. And it even knows when there's a leap year. Okay, this year, 2021 is not a leap year, so if it was, it would put 29 there. So it's doing the end of every month here. What if I spell out the month? It knows January starts over. Just like if I did this one, if I did the December one and I drag it down, notice it just does it sequentially up here. But again, if I want to do every end of the month, I have to have the pattern. So here does the whole month. Now here I have a period after January. Interesting how it doesn't put the period after it. So it does the same thing as this one without the period. It's kind of interesting how it did that one. Now if I just want to copy the number 1, I just highlight 1. But if I want to do the odd numbers, again, I need to get the pattern going here. So I highlight the first 2 at least of the pattern, and it does the odd numbers. Highlight the even numbers, do the same thing. Here's multiples of 5. Here's every 1,000. All right, and even with text, it will sequentially number the numbers with the text, and even the decimal place, it does it. So what about employee 1? Does it go down to the different employees? It sure does. What about the different plans with the pound sign? It does that. And it doesn't matter if the number's at the end of the cell or the beginning of the cell. It still sequentially numbers it. Okay, we already did the quarters. Here's the word semester with the number and the word month. All right, isn't that neat? All right, so please follow the directions for this assignment, and I hope I've taught you a little more about this wonderful thing called the fill handle. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for listening.